All right, in pattern development number 3, we're doing a transition piece. We need to find the true length of this line here so that when we fold this up, the height of the transition is correct. So if we look at the drawing that's provided, the height of that, the true height needs to be 2 inches. When we fold those together, if we were to make these lines 2 inches long, it's going to be shorter than that when we bring this together. So to start, you'll need to redraw the figure. So you'll download this image from Schoology. You'll redraw this, and then you're going to isolate just the kind of truncated pyramid section here, so the top view and just this kind of middle section. These will be projected off the bottom, and then this is actually a separate piece for this piece. So step 1 here is to kind of rotate the figure around. So if we imagine we're looking at this straight on, we're not seeing the true length of this line right here. So when we are rotating this around with an arc, it's basically like taking the pyramid and rotating it so we're looking directly on that edge so we can get the true length. And we're going to do that by drawing an arc. So if I go over here to the picture and show you that, from the center of the figure, you go out to this corner, and that's going to kind of rotate that corner up to this point, and then we're going to bring that down to the base of our truncated pyramid here to get point F. So I will start in the center there, and I'm going to draw this out to that corner, and then I'm going to bring from that quadrant straight down till it lines up with the bottom of my figure. So that's point F. Now I also need to get point O or 0 here, so I need to extend these two lines together. You can use the extend tool, or you can use fillet. I'm going to go down to the radius and do a radius of 0, and that's going to bring these two pieces together. So that gives me point O, and then I'm going to connect from O down to F, and then draw a line over from the top right to that point. That gives me E. So now I have this red line here, so I have O, E, and F. From that point, you're going to draw these two radiuses here. So radius 1 is O to E, and then radius 2 is O to F. So right over here on your figure, I'm going to change my layer up here. I'm going to start at O, and I'll draw one right to E, and then I'll do another one from O to F. And I'm just going to move those over and out of the way. So that's where I'm going to start my pattern development. Now in this scan here, they kind of balanced it left and right. You can start straight over, it doesn't matter. You're going to change that when you print it anyway. So I'm going to start just from point O right in the center. I'm going to draw a line out to the side, and that's going to be line A1, so right here. Now I've got to get over to point B, and your drawing A to B is 0.75 inches. So you're going to take a circle from this intersection where A is, and you're going to use the radius 0.75 to locate B. Now you're going to start at point O. You're going to go to that intersection. You'll go to extend, and you'll shoot that line over to that radius OF. Now from B to C, you have a longer distance there, so we'll do very similar to what we just did, but using a radius of 1 inch. So I'm going to go center point right here, type in 1, start at 0 again, connect to this point, and extend. And then I've got to repeat that because I need to get from C to D and then D back over to A. So I'm going to do another 0.75, connect the line to here, extend again, get rid of this circle, and then one more 1 inch circle. Connect back to 0, the intersection, and extend. Now, each one of these panels is currently curved on the bottom, so I want to go through and make those straight lines. We'll do the same up on the top. And at this point, you might want to copy this stuff away, so I'm just going to grab this. I'm going to leave the circles there in case I need to come back. And then I've got to get this little panel on the bottom. It's 5/8 of an inch tall. So I'll go to offset put in 0.625, and then I'm just going to offset all of these out. 0.625. I'm also going to add some tabs on here while I'm at it, so I'm going to offset, put in 0.375, and I'll offset these out to connect to the top portion. And then I'm also going to have a tab right there. Now on these, you're just going to connect point to point. That'll keep everything the right size for you. Looks like I missed one here. I'm going to select that and just drag that point over. Now this little space in between here, that's going to be the tab when you fold these together. So like this one will become a fold and that one will become a cut when you're all finished. And then we're going to create some tabs here. And those are just 3/8 of an inch wide. If you want to do the 45 that we did in the previous one, you can. And then we'll do a little trimming. These you don't have to worry about doing the 45 either. They'll fit just fine at the angle they're at. And at this point, make sure you have things in object and hidden. So make sure all of your fold lines go to object, cut lines, or excuse me, fold lines and hidden object. For cut lines, put your name on it. And then you do have to develop this top portion, but that's just 4 rectangles with a little tab to hold those together. And then you'll glue those or double-sided tape those